Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to what is today going to be this month's char page showcase. And there is quite a lot of people to get through this time around, so if all your sets haven't featured, I do deeply apologise, but at least one of them will have if you submitted in via the Discord. As always, it's literally going to be me complimenting people for the next 10 or so minutes, but hopefully it will give you guys some ideas and inspirations for your own sets and maybe items you want to go along and farm for that you've seen other people using. Crucially though, if this is not your cup of tea, then I'll see you in the next one. If you would like to get involved with August's char page showcase, you just need to head into the Discord and then you can submit your char page in here. Just show a screenshot of it exactly as I have right here, although hopefully your set, unless you want it to look chaotic like mine, that you can see will look slightly more appealing. First up, we have got Tendoumtc. I really hope I said that right. I wasn't too sure how I was meant to say the C on the end, to be quite honest with you, but we have got the Draconic Caliburg weapon being used along with the Knight Masquerade armor. Leonid's tail helm is being used as well, which is working really nicely with the armor, and if you look in the background, there is that original Gravelin Bank buddy pet. Tuddam is up next with a set we have not really seen featured for a little while, or at least one along these kind of lines. First of all, we have got the Dark Dracomancer's Scythe, which is a really nice looking weapon, and it ties in quite nicely with this mystical horned helm that is being used, along with the mystical beast master armor. It's just a really nice looking set, and I am really rating this one, so it's nice to have something a little bit different to what we normally see. And talking of different to what we normally see, here is another try with another try at a char page, and as you can tell this time around, it is the Warlord armor with Tlax's axe and of course the horned helm. This is an OG classic looking armor set, and if you're a fan of just looking like old school Adventure Quest worlds, then this is definitely something you could be wearing. Thvts is up next, and this set is looking absolutely lovely. I'm really liking the colours used. In particular, the Panopticon armor is looking really nice, and of course you can't go wrong with the enormous Cyber Skull shield in the background. That is looking really cool. We can't quite see Polly Roger, but I'm sure we can imagine the parrot flying around somewhere in the background. We've got Deso, who this time is running a very dark theme set. We have got the Core Mortis champion armor along with the Shadowed Drow helm and the Incubus Resurrection cape in the background, which is looking massive. Shame it doesn't all fit on screen, that cape, because I would love to see what the top half is looking like with that, but really liking this, and it's actually giving me Lord of the Ring vibes. Nubby, who is unarmed in this time around, so do not attack Nubby, because that would be like literally, well, attacking someone who is unarmed. Onyx Naval Commander is being used along with the Hollowborn Shadow Shaper's Horned something. I'm going to go with Hood or Helm, one or the other. I mean, I don't actually know. That could literally be its name, to be honest with you, but I would expect there is something else meant to be added onto the back of that. No cape being used, but why need a cape when you're rocking a Naval Commander, because it sort of has that effect with it anyway. And then in the background, you can just about see the head of Titan Hollowzilla. So really nice set, another nice dark one. Xii Nyth is up next with this heroic feeling set fighting the undead. As you can see, we have got a Paladin Ascendant armor with the Royal Broadsword blade, which really do work super well together. Ascended Paladin logs as the helm, and the third Rough of Light cape somewhere in there. I think I can just about see it here in the background, and you can't go wrong with a gift box pet. Daee is up next, and not only have we got a Varus Doom Knight class, but crucially there is a Sinister Black Knight armor, another really dark theme set. I'm liking these dark themes today, there's a lot of it going on. We have also got the Cybersace Dragon of Time Great Sword, so giving that red effect, which also ties in really nicely with the Blazing Shadows Knight helm. I'm not sure if that's animated, to be honest with you, but it looks like it should be, maybe like flaming eyes or something. Here comes Dark Void with another dark set. However, we're going with an undead Toxic Biker, and this one looks awesome. I can't actually remember the last time I've seen the Toxic Flame Biker, but that is a really nice armor because it's something totally different. You know, the mounted ones slash the mount type armors, they are really quite cool, so it is nice to see these ones thrown in from time to time. We have the Dread Head Cluster, in case you're wondering what all those skulls are. UltimateKiller has put in a couple submissions, so we'll quickly flick up the other one in just a amount of time. First of all though, we have got this heroic good feeling set right here with the Dragon Blade of Nulgath, PO9 Regalia. I'm going to say that's how we say the armor. Either way, it works really well with these Quindescendant Knight Ragliala wings. Oh, I tell you what, that is tongue twistering me out trying to say that every single time. But like I said, a nice good golden and red theme set, so a really nice one there. UltimateKiller has also gone the other way of it, a bit more of like a fiendy light type set is how I'm feeling this one, but a Devourer of Gods, so that doesn't sound too great, so maybe it's not an overly good theme set. Here we have Board Killer with the 013 Cyber Skulls armor. Yes, I could have just said 13 Cyber Skulls armor, but I didn't. We have the Primal Hanzo Void Katana right here. Really nice effect off that one. I think most people are probably a fan of that katana. It is one of my favourites in game, although just the Hanzo Void in general is a nice way to go. Then you have Eden's formal hair right there, and if you're wondering what the cape is in the background, it is the General Nisha's armament. Seaphyna is up next, and this time round we have got the Archfiend spear being used along with the Coastal Raider armor. I can't say I've ever seen the Coastal Raider armor being used before, so that's really nice to see that one. We have the Kotamart Nico Locks being used as a helm, and then in the background you can see the Yokai Dragon Slayer War Cloak. All in all, tying in really nice, giving us this nice kind of animalistic warrior type vibe, and I'm a big fan of that one there. Next up is going to be Fam with yet another evil type set. Draconic Deacon Visor is this helm. You have got the Drackle Warmonger armor, which is actually a really nice one. I tell you what, that Enchanted Necrotic Dow of Doomblade is one hell of a beast. That is looking absolutely meaty, and you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. It is now the turn of Kairi X, and you can see this is very much a Darkon style set. We have got Sanguine Blade being used. Again, that's one that you really don't see often. I have the Ultra of Sanguine, but I've definitely never gone along and got the blade to my knowledge. This is like a Pepe Darkon helm right here, which coincidentally is called Pepe Kundus Morph, so there you go, in case you're after that at any point. Draco Tenebrae armor, along with the Arcana wings, is looking really, really nice, and I tell you what, that is one quirky looking set with that helm being used. Longbao 102 is appearing with yet another bit of Darkonness, and this time we've got Mysterious Sprites, and I'm going to presume we have Mysterious Sprites to make it look like it's all about this enormous enchanted Yoxia shadow kind of cape that we've got on, and that really is sort of becoming its own armor in itself, if you get my vibe. So really nice, something different there, and I do quite like that. It is looking absolutely beastie. Next up is Sindra with the Enchanted Love Kitty sweater, also using Lenan Sid's Intellect Visage. I tell you what, some of these things today are becoming an absolute pain to try and say. I love the pink on the black. It's just a really cool, simple looking set. If you're after a more casual set that still has a nice finesse to it, maybe some of these armors are something you could be looking at. Here we have Prince J with our first Legion set of the day, although oddly enough it is the Hollowborn Evoker, so maybe not actually as Legion-y as I first thought, especially then when you add on an Australian Buccaneer hair, Ectoflame of Nulgath cape, and then the Infernal Underworld Sheath Katana. So really this is 1/4 Legion and then 1/4 of different factions as well. So my first statement couldn't have been more wrong. Frembell is up next with one of my favourite weapons, the dual champion blade of Nulgath. If you don't know what this is, it is fully colour custom. It's absolutely lovely. It is rare, but sort of semi-rare unless you use an IODA and get yourself the original Oblivion blade. But look, they are really, really nice weapons. One of the best in the game, in my opinion. So it's really nice to see them being used. The Unholy Evoken Elven Ranger Morph Archfiend Cloak of Nulgath is here to finish off that set. Red and gold is such a popular theme at the minute, and Jigsawpuzzle is continuing that trend with the Leone Regalia armor yet again. There is also the Tiara du Amor Algeria. I really hope that's roughly how you say that helm. Crimson Pirate Mage weapons, along with Magistral's Wyvern Staff. As we say, everything is very well coordinated here, and I love the fact that this weapon sort of has a pet on the end. I don't know if that's absolutely savage stuffing a pet on the end of a spear, and if that thing is alive or not, but hopefully it is, and hopefully it aids you in your battle. babytoku taking us back to Darkon. At least I say Darkon because we have got the Debris Naval Commander along with the Shadow Spear of Nulgath, which obviously is not so Darkon, but, you know, it is giving off those vibes. We have the Sinister Morph of Duality as well. Really quite quirky because you have like one good half, one evil half, and to be honest, that eye, if I woke up and had that eye, I'd probably want a doctor to check it out. Level N is up next with our first set that is taking us back to the Icy Times, the Frostival era, we have got the Glaciaran Warlord armor, Storm King females, horns as a helm, and the Bright Snow Angels rune right there lurking in the background. That is the Nightlock War Staff. I dread to think how long that took you to farm for, because I'm pretty sure that is a rather low drop rate. Here we have Giovanne with this Regal Knight King type armor set. We have got the Golden Plate of the North being used along with the Galactic Monk morph, and then the Bright Rip Sword working really nicely together, all tying in well. So maybe there are some ideas if you're after a more regal looking armor set. Fallnestia with an actual Legion set this time around, although I've said that yet again. And we begin with the Hollowborn Sword of Doom. Undead Legion Naval Commander is a really nice one, and again it's not something I've seen used for a little while. We have got Archers, Morph Locks, and the Midnight Ranger gear as a cape in the background. And of course, you cannot go wrong with your unlucky Exploding Kitten, which, if you are a kitten with that effect, is, well, pretty unlucky. Capitan has appeared with an enormous set using the Royal Battle Mage armor and the Sword of Fanatics. And I tell you what, when you got such a big armor and such a little sword, it does look slightly different to what we would expect. But we do have the Ultra Blessed Night Helm there, and the Enchanted Bright Dragon's Rage being used as a cape somewhere in the background. I guess it is this kind of bluey outline that you can see going around. As this is the first Titan set we have seen this video, you can have a 10 out of 10 for that one right there. Or at least it feels Titan-y. I can't actually remember how big the Battle Mage armor is. Here we have Magna 32 using Ray's Party Arms armor. The Ray's Party morph also tying in really well with it, would you believe? And then the Prismatic Aura of the Ascended, which is one of my favourite auras you can kind of get. I mean, maybe I'm just biased because I think it's quite cool to have some weapons in there. There's also the Chibi Raised Pillow, so I guess that, if you are going to go into battle with it, could be quite good as long as the other person is also using a pillow and not a very sharp object. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we have got Infilak. I really hope, again, that's how you're meant to say that one, with the Ungodly Laggers of Nulgath. Although it is the empowered version of them, these are so OG. I tell you what, I don't know about anyone else, but that was the first ever Nulgath kind of item I ever farmed for in the game back in the day when I first really got on the grind. So, you know, that does throw back some good old memories to back in the day. We have got the Cyborg Monk armor here, and the Eye of Winter Mask also being used along with the Underworld Combat rune to finish off that set. Anyway folks, as always, thank you very much for watching this one. If you did submit more than one char and you've only had one shown, I do deeply apologise. We just have a lot of people to usually try and get through, especially when I am a month behind. I'm going to redo the char page channel, so if you would like to end your char, make sure you follow the steps I showed you at the start of the video in order to end yourself, and then you shall be featuring next month when we have a look through another load of char pages to give ourselves some inspiration of some sets that we could potentially be making, or maybe some items we want to try and grab. But as always folks, take care, and I'll see you all again for another one incredibly soon. So until next time, have a lovely day.